Abusia arade enhyirawo edin no edaso Kenya ko o hwe me Kenya ko TV so a mesre se subscribe to the channel Kenya ko TV na wa share video no anase teaching no se we ya obi so ebenya so emphasis na enne me no esua de afa the law of seed time and harvest e kasi seed timer eduabre harvest otwabre. Now there is a law of seed time and harvest. Now eduabre ni twabre mra na eho behia se be hye samra no enso. What you have to understand, you also what you say, every act is a seed that you are sowing. Ade bia obeye bia no ba na odia. Na say aba odia na say onye ready say ubetwa so abadia, then you don't even sow in the first place. Na abana odia no, the harvest of that seed no will be more than the seed you sow. Until every act is a seed that you are sowing. Adebia obeye bia na abana odia. Now Genesis chapter 8 verse number 22, Bible says, as long as heaven and earth remains, seed time and harvest will never pass away. Say osronia sase that's way. Eduabre ni twabre entwamuda. Bible says whatever a man sow, he will reap. Until the ubedua bianso no ubetwa. Now we are considering a biblical story. Bible says actually nyina fro Nyankopon ho memu na eyema yen kire eyema atene eyema atenye eyema tene mu yen se be ya Nyankopon nipa be wie peye. Enunti we are going to consider a biblical story. 1 Kings chapter 21 verse number 1 to 29. There is a story and it talks about Ahab, Jezebel, Naboth, and Elijah. Na ohene Ahab Bible say na our vineyard and as will be true. Na sabo be true no. Na himfie ho no na Naboth ewo vineyard ho and as will be true na eye awujade na jamo na awu edaja no. Na one day Naboth vineyard modjuma bobetro modjuma na ohene Ahab call say Naboth fa bobetro ni mame na me ma bobetro ensha nam because bobetro ni obi but eniha emeha either say mema wanu bi ana say opesika akora mema osika e de ahya na mu ana Naboth say memfa ajamo awujade emfa mawo na eha ohene Ahab okofie no okoye din no aboto ebra odane mpaso na Jezebel na yere bae say adan na waye bosa your countenance has changed. And I say Naboth ana menene call negotiation say on fat ne vineyard ne bobetru ne mame na me ma ne bi nsha na mu ana say me ma ne sika ensha na mu but wanti ase ana Jezebel say ka akoma to yem anya na oye Israel so hene meje bobetru na ma oho Ahaba musa ne say kwan ben na befa so obeje mame o ana Jezebel chro krata ana ode ohene no a signature a sign say no de ohene nso anu ne seal a saw letter nano. Na de krata de ochrogu krata ni mu say Naboth akasatia Onyankopon akasatia ohene nti ompai mu adadie na omfa ne nsim no mu sinabo no munkunu bra mpanifo no je krata no omoye de krata no ekan because na Ahab signature na wase ana ode ne nso anu nso aso anu yesi Stephen aboku no bra Jezebel nya information say yesi Naboth yesi Stephen Naboth abo ekunu ebra Jezebel ete say yesi Naboth abo akunu no ana okachira Ahab say afi kono kofa bobetru na di so because Naboth no yesi nabo onti asibio ohene Ahab musa Jezebel say kwan ben na Naboth fa so wuye yesi Naboth abo akunu bra Ahab eko bobetru no obobetru no ana onyame soma odi for Elijah say kono kachire ohene Ahab say wadi awu. He has shed innocent blood. Now a sign the way into the baby and crime tafre Naboth moja no or na crime better friend moja. Now Ahab a brain hwase onu ho ya come chire bompae say rade ehunu mobo ana rade sansma odi for Elijah say kwa chire say a sign say Ahab a brain hwase na wabɔ mpaeɛ na makom kyerɛ so no ɔhaw anka mede ba no memfa saa ɔhaw no ɛmma wɔ ne brɛ so na mmom ne mma ɛbrɛ so na mede haw no ɛkɔ na bebi ankrama tafre Ahab Nabot mogya no ɔhɔ na nkrama bɛtafre Nabot mogya Ahab aseni bia obewu nwura mu no ma na bedi ni nam de obewu fi nkrama bawe ne nam na Ahab ewu aniguase ewu Jezebel efi abrosan so behwe fom ewuye Ahab emma no so womni na ewuye na nia me pesa o hye ne so ha ne se Ahab bompai bre ne ho ase bompai se Awurade mfa nche no Awurade de che no but o se ne bre so me mfa mma but ne mma bre so enti Awurade de che ne de but what he sowed he reap it. Near Oduaye no, when the time came, Uripuye, because whatever you sow, you will reap. Whatever a man will sow, you will reap. And until near Oduaye no, Ochaye, and Guasiwo, the Jezebel, the man who basa. Now, near me person sharing, so say, when Ahab and Jezebel were trying to take the vineyard from the hand of Naboth, they did not know that they were sowing a seed that they will reap later. Now, there are lessons we need to learn from this story. Now, the first lesson I'm is try and be content with what you have. Mawani so niawo. Be happy with it. Na mawani enye hu. O mawani so niawo a. Emfa wo nko boni bebre mu. Yenhwe ade wo senkafo Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse number 4. Or say, and I saw that all labor and all achievement spring from man's envy of his neighbor. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Or say, Nami hunu obre nyina ne adwumaye mu nyina yedie nyina nso se eno huna obi ene ne nyonko etwe ne nkunu yensu ya uhudie ene dadwene hunu. Verse 8 no say, there was a man all alone. He had neither son nor brother. There was no end to his toil, yet his eyes were not content with his wealth. For whom am I toiling, he asked, and why am I depriving myself of enjoyment? This too is meaningless, a miserable business. Or say, Obako wo ho ubiara nka ne ho, nso oni babarima ana onua barima nanso ne bre nyina ni awiye ahonya nso eme nani na hwan mpo na mere bre na mere kame me kra ne pa mama no ye nso ya uhudie ne ohaw bone ene no enti sa nipa we or struggle. He was trying to amass wealth because of envy, trying to compare himself with others. So you have to learn to be content with what you have. And what's our try say when you best sort niawo, because they are very important. Be content with what you have. You share 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse number 6. Or say, but godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that. People who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap, and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge men into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Some people eager for money have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. Ose na onyamesom pa abojuwo mu no eyade nya kese na yamfa hwe ama wiase nanso yentumi mfa hwe emfiri mu nko na se yewo aduane ene de yede kata ye ho a momma eno enoso mayen na wona wope wo ho anya no ehwe nsohwe ene fidie ne nkwase akono a enye manipa na etwe won kogu osɛe na ene oyera mu na bɔne nyinaa ihini ne sikape a ebinom edi akyire eyira akwan na wɔde yapi ɛwɔ wɔn ho. So this scripture is telling us to be content with what we have. Inti say Ahab and Jezebel, if they were content with what they had, anka they eto anka anto. So we have to learn to be content with what God has blessed us with. Whatever God has blessed us with, we have to learn to be content with it. Number 2 lesson we have to learn is to stop comparing ourselves with others. Say a big jai, see a dear who compare others. We came into this life individually. There is a story in Matthew chapter 20, and I want us to consider the story. Matthew chapter 20. Or say, for the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire men to work in his vineyard. Or say, now osoro ahini no te say onipa bia or ye fuura a ofiri adi. An opportunity to say or rekobo adwumayefo pa akọ ne tru mu. So this man went out early in the morning at 6 o'clock. Now oko engage people to go and work in his farm. Or no one could negotiation say, when you are done in the evening, I will give you 1 denarii. He went out at 9 o'clock. Or man Crawford Juma, that they should also go and work. In the evening, he will pay them. He went out 12 o'clock. Or command Crawford Juma, that he also paid them in the evening. He went out 3 o'clock. Or command Crawford Juma. He went out 5 o'clock in the evening. He went to give people work. Now, about 6 now, then he started to pay them from Omwa or 5. Now I got 3. And one of 12. I got 9. And then 6 for neighbor. Now Oma will be a denary bako. A bra 1 hour or engage you man or past 6 no. Eji omu esikano. I know who said the money they were giving the same money ye the ma or more. You found from 9, 12, 3, and 5 o'clock. Now, if a yaw no, a room, and almost I didn't know my says, yes, I almost see. I know what I say. Have I offended you? May ma or Juman may no call negotiation say, we are Juman and Mema 1 denarii. Have I not given you the money? Don't I have a right to do whatever I want to do with my money? What we say, one yet comparison now, anka. Ya no anwura ni mu, but ordinary sika no compare others no hu say me share adwuma 6 dia adan na omo a e ba 9 12 3 and 5 o'clock anwumire no ene me nya sika pe. If you try to compare yourself with others, these are the problems you get. Matthew 25 verse number 14, Bible says osoro ni say onipa bia otu kwa no friend nko a na odi de o hye won sa obaako o man talent num baako o man talent mienu baako man talent baako o de ma won sa na omni na ho oden ete. Inti de nyame de ama won wamfa ma me de ode ma me wamfa ma. Don't try to compare yourself with others. It will never take you far, because when you are comparing yourself with others, there are 2 enemies, there are 2 traps that shows themselves up. Now, so 2 traps, no, when you compare yourself with others and you see yourself to be better than them, the spirit of pride will come. When you compare yourself with others and you see that they are better than you, then envy will also come. All these are 2 traps that will not help you. So don't compare yourself with anybody. Live your life. We came into this life individually and we shall go like that. And until hobe here say obete sa nyoma ina ase na obo bra na obo bra say wonfa won and compare obia. Number 3, the lesson I want us to learn is before you do anything, remember that the law of sowing and reaping exists. And sana obe bibia na kai say edua bre ne etwa bre emra no ewo ho. The law, Bible say osoro ni asase ti ase edua bre ni twabre entwa mu da. And say before you do anything in life, the law, remember that the law of sowing and reaping is there. Inti Ahab ni Jezebel, a brad na almost person beje number to be truth. If they knew that what they were sowing, they will reap it. Anka omo anye de omo ye no. Number 4 lesson I'm person bear in mind that forgiveness does not cancel the law of sowing and reaping. Forgiveness does not cancel the law of sowing and reaping. Now, say everybody boni bi a wo ye e de chewa. It doesn't cancel the law. Whatever you sow, you reap it. There is a story in 2 Samuel chapter 11 and 2 Samuel chapter 12. It's about David. Bible says, bra Israel for eko kono. Na omo battlefield eka David wo fie. Na bra onam na bansoro so no ohun se Bathsheba Uriah eyere ejware. Na he got attracted to the lady. He was told that Bathsheba was someone's wife, Uriah's wife, but David was moi. When he died, bra wote say Bathsheba enyim no ana was smart yanko Freddy kunu mra. Na o adwen bi say kan ni kunu ba ya nko be kofie ene ni dia kohia ntinka nyinsia ne be ni kunu dia ana ni kunu so anko oda himfi ho. Na bra David hu say enya de a ni kunu be kofie no ana o man krata say krata ne atwero mi say onfa Uriah nko gina akono be bi mu odin no say be ye obewu enti Uriah ed ne death warrant ne kita ono ankasa ana ode koma Joab ye ne gina akono be bi mu odin ana wuye bra David te say Uriah awu no ana oware Bathsheba ana onyame soma odifo Nathan say onko David wo na okoe no ode bebu na ne kasa say odefo bi wo onwan bebre ohia ni bi so odwan baako na odefo no nya a owo no wanku ni nwan ni bi nemu okokun ohia ni na ni dwan baako no okokun no David say e wo se nipa ne bo dwan no fire no eho nan na Nathan say wo a wo yire no pi Uriah yire baako ana wo kofa no na ve David ebubu na koma do kan Psalm 51 na empire David ebo manyame se onfa ne bone fanche no Right born in the but the David Dian amuyo ampa ne fieda. There was so many murder. So until you have to bear in mind that forgiveness does not cancel the law of sowing and reaping. Now, number 5 lesson I'm a person a sharing so. And as you say, material wealth is not everything. Say in ya wiase japadeni na si ehwere ye kra nkwa emfaso ben pa na ewoso. Now, Psalm 49, verse number 16 to 17. Or say, do not be overrated when a man grows rich, when the splendor of his house increases, for he will take nothing with him when he dies. His splendor will not descend with him. Or say, ubinya ne ho a insuro, se ni fie ane onyam redoso a insuro, na uwu a oremfa imu biara nko, na ni onyam rensan eni nachi. Inti material wealth is not everything. Ahab was trying to amass wealth. Jezebel and Ahab, they were trying to gather properties. They were trying to gather wealth. At the end of the day, look at where it ended them. Inti, you have to know. These are the lessons I want us to learn. The law of sowing and reaping exists. And forgiveness does not cancel it. Into every act is a seed that you are sowing. Know that you are sowing a seed. If you are not ready to reap that seed that you are sowing, don't even sow in the first place. Because in this life, whatever you do is an act. And that act is a seed that you are sowing. And one day you will reap it. Edini daso ye Kenya ko on subscribe ya message over subscribe to the channel science Kenya ko TV so de ayadusua already nshira na onti na nim nshira. Shalom, peace, bye bye.